Over, and I looked into this beef. I was really trying to figure out the Yo Gotti, Young Dolph beef. Supposedly.
Right.
Some people say it was over a girl. Some people say Gotti wanted to sign Dolph and Dolph didn't want to sign.
Right.
Some people say, well, both of them had crews that were into some street shit or whatever. All this sounds very unnecessary for it to turn to murder and life sentences.
Hey, man, I'ma keep this shit G, bro. Dolph, you a bitch. You a soft-ass nigga. You nice-ass nigga. If you got a problem, nigga, say you got a problem. Shake-ass, bitch-ass nigga. Ain't even no motherfucking king of Memphis. You ain't king of South Memphis. You ain't from the city, bitch.
I love Dolph, so I can't never sound with CMG. It ain't no beef, it's their respect. They gonna respect this shit. They disrespect this shit. I promise we gonna wreck this bitch. Who the fuck, bro? Like you asking me, do you got cars and money bag?
Gotti was in the streets for real in Memphis, bro. Like, I ain't saying it because I'm signed to him. I just keep it real. If he wasn't a street nigga, I'd say he ain't in the street. He was in the streets, bro. Like, you gonna see Gotti. You in the city. The mall, I used to see Gotti in the mall, like the hood mall, like super hood. Like, down there, like, you know you ain't shopping. You just came here to walk around. Like, literally. Big ass chains on. 100 with him. Chopper Glocks, all that. But, you know, he cooled down a lot, bro. Like, Gotti was worse than me, probably, when he came in.
Why do they keep trying to make it a rap beef between you and Gotti, though?
If it's something about you I just don't respect, bro, I can't sit and fake and act like it's all good.
That's understandable.
Know what I'm saying? Right. Like, the first time I even met Lil Dude, go in the studio. First time. He sent everybody out the studio. Like, let me holler at Dolph. Like, man, you got your own everything, bro. You popping. You like, bro, you got the money, you got your team, you got this, you got that. You're like, bro, I'm telling you, we can do this, we can do that. You ain't like Zilla. I ain't gotta hold your hand like Zilla. You ain't like Starlito. I ain't gotta hold your hand like Starlito. I ain't gotta babysit you like them. It's my first time meeting you. You gonna really sit and downplay your artists and throw your artists up on the bus to try to persuade me in to come over there? So it's like a red alert the first time I met him.
You feel like
I can't
you're gonna say
respect that.
about me?
No, it's just, I can't respect that.
At one point, you and Young Dolph were starting to go back and
Yeah,
forth.
he dissed me. I ain't want to believe it. This nigga come with a diss song. I'm like, hold on. Then he came with the trouble to read I read it. You heard it? You ever heard it? You ever heard of Trouble? Just read it, the Reddit song. He on a remix. He dissed me. It was hard. I'm like, damn, that bumping. He dissed me fast as hell. I'm like, hold on. I gotta hit back. So I'm in the booth like, damn. It just killed this motherfucker. Cause his verse, it wasn't, the diss one way. You get what I'm saying? I was mad, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't got no more respect for Dolph on what he doing. So, you know, I don't know how homie feel, but I know me personally, I'm not on it, bro. I'm South Memphis to the death. I never knew they were beefing. You just told me something. Like, them were moments for me. Like, to see them together, like, this shit was lit. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
Memphis has always been known for its tough streets, strong music culture, and stories that rarely make it beyond the neighborhoods where they start. In this city, loyalty isn't always a promise. It can turn into pressure, and ambition often creates enemies out of people who once stood together. At the center of this world sits CMG, the label Yo Gotti built. For years, it looked like a solid team, a winning crew with chart-topping artists and non-stop attention. Moneybagg Yo was dropping hit after hit, Blac Youngsta brought wild energy wherever he went, and Glorilla was rising fast. From the outside, it all looked smooth. But under the surface, old issues and new problems were piling up, and in a place like Memphis, nothing stays hidden forever. People in the city started noticing little signs. Things didn't seem as perfect as the Instagram photos made them look. Every tweet, every rant, every sudden change in behavior seemed to carry a bigger meaning. Fans enjoyed the drama and the unexpected moments, but those same moments showed something darker. Blac Youngsta, once seen as the heart of CMG, started looking unpredictable. And if Memphis teaches anything, it's that whatever energy you put out comes right back, often stronger than you expect. But this story doesn't start with Youngsta. To understand what's happening inside CMG, you have to go back before all this tension reached the public. This isn't just about a messy crew or artists not getting along. It's a chain of events shaped by street problems, old feuds, and personal pride. And it all leads back to one man, Young Dolph, Long before Blac Youngsta became a major name, Young Dolph was already a respected figure in Memphis. He didn't just rap, he controlled attention in a way few artists could. Yo Gotti, who was growing CMG into a strong label, wanted Dolph on his team. Not because Dolph needed CMG, but because bringing him in would strengthen the label even more. When Dolph refused to sign, he didn't soften the blow. He said no and stood on it. That moment changed the direction of everything that came later. What could have been a simple business choice turned into a long, quiet rivalry. After that refusal, the energy in Memphis shifted. Gotti didn't take the rejection lightly. Rumors spread that he tried to block Dolph's progress, limit his rise, and keep control of the parts of Memphis he believed belonged to him. Dolph wasn't someone who backed down, so the tension kept growing. Diss songs dropped, interviews got heated, fans picked sides, and soon the music wasn't just entertainment, it became part of real street problems. Right in the middle of all this, Blac Youngsta started gaining attention. He wasn't just another artist, he had a style that grabbed people instantly, loud, bold, always ready to pull up anywhere and say anything. To many viewers, he looked brave and entertaining. To people who understood Memphis better, his behavior signaled something else. It made him the center of conflict, whether he wanted it or not. As CMG grew, Youngsta became the one doing the things others couldn't or wouldn't do. His over-the-top videos, wild stunts, and constant online noise kept CMG talked about every single day. It worked for a long time. The streets loved it. Social media loved it. The label stayed relevant. But people close to Memphis suggested something deeper. Youngsta was being used as the front man. He was the one taking risks, while others stayed safe behind the scenes. This was both good and bad. His wild side made him a fan favorite, but it also tied his name to every rumor in the city. Every time drama kicked up, his name surfaced. People questioned his involvement in old beefs, new problems, and anything linked to Dolph. In a city as small and tight as Memphis, once your name gets attached to the wrong story, it's almost impossible to shake it off. When young Dolph was killed, everything changed. The same behavior that once made Youngsta popular suddenly made him look reckless. Every move he made after that was watched closely. Every caption he posted online sparked debates. Every appearance he made stirred questions. The fun, chaotic image wasn't fun anymore. It looked dangerous. Memphis was grieving, and anyone connected to past tension was under a microscope. Around the same time, CMG's shine started fading. Moneybagg Yo, who had been dropping constant hits, slowed down. 42. Doug ran into serious legal problems. Blac Youngsta's hype wasn't the same. Even Yo Gotti stepped back. The only person keeping CMG loud was Glorilla, whose success brought fresh energy to the label. But one person can't carry an entire empire for long. Fans started sensing something was off. The label that once seemed unstoppable now looked scattered. The unity they once showed didn't look convincing anymore. Rumors grew louder. People questioned whether CMG could hold itself together, or if things were slowly falling apart behind the scenes. Blac Youngsta, once seen as the label's strongest soldier, became the biggest risk. His past actions, his connection to old problems, and his unpredictable personality made him a target for gossip and suspicion. Those who understand how these circles work said the same thing. When someone becomes a danger to the brand, their place becomes uncertain. And with so much old tension in the air, Youngsta looked like someone carrying too much weight. The pressure around CMG grew. The public no longer saw them as unbeatable. The image of unity cracked. The success of the past didn't match the silence and chaos of the present. The streets felt the shift. Fans felt it. What once looked like power now seemed unstable. Then the signs started showing. Signs that everyone noticed, but most people didn't understand right away. Blac Youngsta quietly removed CMG from his social media bio, and that alone raised eyebrows. Then he began posting short, emotional captions that didn't feel random at all. They sounded like warnings aimed at someone specific. His mentions of fake loyalty and fake leaders caught attention instantly. What looked like simple online chaos now felt like a serious shift in the energy around CMG. Stan G, someone who knows Memphis life better than most, spoke up too. He openly suggested that Yo Gotti could turn against his own artist if things got risky enough. And coming from someone that close to the streets, it wasn't something people brushed off. Youngsta's posts, which once looked like jokes or trolling, now came across as emotional and intentional. The tone changed. It felt personal, heavy, and possibly dangerous. Fans began to feel the tension for real. The label that had always seemed like one united team didn't look united anymore. Almost every move made by anyone in CMG felt planned, like they were hiding something. Each time Youngsta posted another cryptic line, people started guessing who he was aiming at and what had gone wrong. And the biggest question was whether he had crossed a line in a world where crossing lines comes with consequences. People in Memphis could feel the shift too. They know how fast things change when pressure builds. The moments that once made Youngsta look fearless now made him look exposed. His boldness, once the label's biggest attraction, now made him seem like someone who had become a risk instead of an asset. Youngsta's wild loyalty had been the glue that kept CMG loud and relevant. His energy brought attention everywhere he went. But now, in a city still dealing with the memory of Young Dolph, everything Youngsta did carried extra weight. Nothing he posted or said went unnoticed, and people analyzed his every move, looking for clues about what was falling apart inside the label. Yo Gotti, who always ran CMG with strategy and patience, didn't react publicly. He kept his usual calm posture. But people close to the situation understood something important. When someone in Gotti's circle becomes too unpredictable, their position changes fast. Stan G said it clearly. If Youngsta became a problem, he could be cut loose without hesitation. And with the amount of attention tied to his name, that possibility didn't seem far-fetched. The fans felt the shift, too. Loyalty didn't feel like loyalty anymore. It felt risky. The same traits that once made Youngsta the star of the label started looking like reasons for CMG to push him away. The streets were watching him more closely than ever, and whispers about the label's future spread with every new post Youngsta made. Soon, everything CMG did became a topic of speculation. Youngsta's removal of the CMG label from his bio sparked non-stop debates online. His messages were filled with bitterness, frustration, and the feeling of being betrayed. They weren't the kind of posts that artists make for attention. They sounded like a man realizing that the people he once trusted might not have his back anymore, and the fans weren't the only ones noticing. The people in Memphis, who sensed trouble faster than anyone, saw that the energy around CMG had changed. The label didn't look strong the way it once did. The momentum that carried them for years was slowing down. Artists who were once everywhere started to fade from the spotlight. Glorilla was the only one keeping the label's name bright, and even then, everyone knew one spark couldn't hold an entire label upright. As the tension reached its peak, fans in the streets both came to the same conclusion. Something big was happening behind the scenes. CMG's impressive public image was cracking, and every cryptic message Youngsta posted seemed like another piece of the truth slipping out. The empire Yo Gotti built didn't look steady anymore. It looked uncertain, fragile, and close to breaking. Suddenly, the label that once felt untouchable started looking like it could fall apart if the pressure continued. Youngsta, who once kept the label buzzing, now carried the weight of being the biggest risk. Every post he made added fuel to the fire. Every hint he shared created more questions. And as people put pieces together, they began to see that this wasn't just entertainment. It was the unraveling of a crew that once ruled the city. The main question hanging over everything was simple. What would Yo Gotti do next? Would he try to control the situation by pushing Youngsta out? Or would Youngsta push back even harder and expose the cracks that everyone suspected were there? Either choice came with serious consequences. In Memphis, things rarely stay harmless when the tension gets this high. The past always circles back, and people who were once celebrated can quickly find themselves isolated. The future of CMG now depends on how far people like Gotti and Youngsta are willing to go. The loyalty that once held the label together is shaky, and the pressure is building from every direction. So now the empire stands at a turning point, and nobody knows which way it will go. Fans are watching closely, the streets are paying attention, and everyone can feel that the next move could change everything. What happens next will determine whether CMG holds on or collapses under the weight of its own history. Drop your thoughts below. Let me know if you think Youngsta went too far, or if the pressure inside CMG is finally showing. Hit the like button, share this video, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next story straight out of Memphis.